Hello, guys. Welcome back to Be Mean Fast Forward. We
A little bit of a different intro today.
are going to start our show by acknowledging the fires that have plagued all of Southern California. And we are here in a part of Los Angeles that has not been affected, luckily.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
Kind of like smack dab in the middle of both fires. And we've been very fortunate. A lot of our friends have been very fortunate. Friends of friends, not so fortunate, lost their fires and lost their houses to the fire. And so, yeah, we just want to acknowledge it. We will have a link for places to donate, places to volunteer. It appears that like volunteer and donation centers are kind of
really,
like jam-packed.
Yeah, that's been really nice.
I've seen a lot of people not being able to even volunteer, which is really interesting.
Because they have enough for now.
So we'll just try to find as much information to put out there as possible of places that do need help. And we just want everyone to stay safe. We have some winds that are still going to continue over the next week or so.
Yeah.
And so just stay safe out there. And we're sending all love to City of Los Angeles. I'm from here. This is a absolutely heartbreaking thing to see. And I think that's about it. So enjoy this episode, and we'll try to just keep doing these because a lot of the time we're just stuck at home in the next week or so.
And keeping our spirits high by doing this stuff, and hopefully someone else's spirits high as well. So just know that we are thinking about you guys, and we're going to get through it.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Be Mean Fast Forward podcast. My name is Charlie Jake Sanchez.
My name is Kat Solko.
I have seen a lot of movies.
And I have not.
Oh my God. I didn't even mean to do that. Oh God. And today we are discussing the very appropriate for that opening movie. She's the Man.
She's the Man.
She's the Man is one of my favorite movies. And I haven't seen it in a very long time, so I am very excited. Mm-hmm. Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie, what do you know about She's the Man?
I actually don't know anything other than, okay, I always say that. It's Amanda Bynes, Channing Tatum. There's a soccer element, and it's based on 12th Night.
Oh, okay.
I think, right? Is that right?
Do you know a lot about 12th Night?
I mean, I've read the play. I've done scenes from it, I believe.
Okay.
And I have maybe watched another version of it sometime.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love... Wait, that's a spoiler. Unless you know 12th Night. You know 12th Night?
Who doesn't love... Are you talking about the gender swap?
Yeah.
Yes,
who
I know that.
Who doesn't love
Yeah,
a good gender swap? Yeah. I love Shakespeare for this. I watched She's the Man, obviously, when it came out in 2006. Mm-hmm. I was in elementary school.
Right.
Loved it.
I was in high school. We're only separated by 3.5 years.
Tell it to the judge.
This is not gonna.
And then, and I'm so excited that we are doing another masterpiece on this podcast. I'm sure there will be no disappointments, and only bangers.
You know what? You haven't led me astray with most of the mid 2000s or early 2000s comedies. You go ahead and name them.
Aquamarine.
There we go. My favorite, frankly.
Stick It.
Stick It might be my... It's top two.
Stick It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Stick It is my favorite movie of all time.
Ever?
No. But it's top 5, I would say.
Wow. Good. Okay, cool.
And
so She's the Man should be just as good.
Exactly. Well, probably.
I am actually really excited to watch... I'm excited for the physical comedy. I know there will be some.
My girl, Mandy.
I'm excited for early Channing Tatum.
Very young Channing.
And this reminds me a lot of I got this confused with like Bend It Like Beckham for a long time because of the soccer element.
Sure.
And so
Bend It Like Beckham's also in my top 5.
Okay.
This is not as good as Bend It Like Beckham.
Right, but we watched Bend It Like Beckham.
Yeah.
We didn't cover it on the show, but that was excellent. Love that movie. And so, I'm excited about this one.
Okay, cool. Let's freaking play it.
Let's hop into She's the Man. Directed by whom? Who knows? I don't know.
No, I
I
know.
don't know anything.
Alan.
It'd be hilarious if it was like a lost Steven Spielberg movie.
Oh, it's not Alan. Andy. Andy Fickman.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Andy.
Nothing but respect for my man, Andy. And we're back. Oh my God. This is why I watch movies like this, because it gives me the most serotonin I've ever experienced. Just like straight to the noggin.
You know, Mary Tyler Moore,
Yeah,
Dick Van Dyke,
exactly.
Lucille Ball, Robin Williams,
Uh-huh.
Jim Carrey, Amanda Bynes,
Yeah.
guys.
Yes.
Amanda.
And put respect on it.
What the fuck is the accent that she's doing through half this movie? She sounds like Foghorn Leghorn.
No problem, bruh.
It's
Got
my
a lifetime of knowledge.
my favorite decision that she made was like to do that. Doesn't sound anything like her brother.
No.
And stick with it the
Doesn't
entire
sound like
time.
a dude either. It's not like a dude like accent. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe that you would do that to me. Oh my God. I'm like,
It slips into
Sorry?
Jamaican sometimes.
A little
It's a
bit.
great choice. It's just a real hard
I
swing.
like how inconsistent it is.
Oh man.
It's great. And it's also intentionally inconsistent because she sometimes can't keep track of her own
Exactly.
alias.
Yeah. It all works. It all works.
Charlie, give us a synopsis of She's the Man, please.
I'm so bad at this now because ever since we like swapped, I'm
Do you
all I
want
do
me
is
to?
like get bogged down in the details.
You
Well,
do
there was
love the
like a
details.
transfer to the other school. No, just give us the like spark notes.
Okay. She's the Man is about a girl named Viola and her twin brother Sebastian. Sebastian is a musician and Viola is a soccer player. And Viola's soccer team gets cut at her own high school. So she decides, because her brother's fucked off to London to be a musician, she's going to impersonate him at his prep school and join the boys' soccer team because she loves to play soccer. And then chaos and antics, so many antics,
A lot of antics. Yeah.
ensue.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum starts developing a homoerotic crush on his roommate. His crush starts developing a crush on Viola, who she thinks is Sebastian. Eunice is there with her headgear.
Eunice.
The ensemble of this show is incredible. And finally, all secrets are revealed. Amanda Bynes flashes like 1,000 people in the soccer stadium to prove she's a girl.
Her brother-
Sebastian flashes 1,000 people in the soccer stadium to prove he's a boy. And she gets to play, and they win against her shitty ex-boyfriend.
That's right. Who ends up crying like he
who ends
did
up crying
previously?
like a baby and running off the stage.
Dude,
It's field. Field. It's a soccer field.
I'm gonna play 12th Night who runs off the stage. This movie is such a blast, so much fun. Channing Tatum it's such a cool discovery. I don't know if this was early, like was this before Step Up?
No.
Or
Step Up was first.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Step Up
wow.
was 2004.
What? That
And this is
seems
2006.
crazy. I
So
thought
it's
they were the same year. or
Quickly on
something.
the heels. I could be wrong. I didn't look this up, but I think Step Up was his first movie.
So funny. It's crazy actually to see how much the comedic chops, were there so early on.
He's
that
a natural.
Well, I just didn't know, considering like I watched 21 Jump Street and I was like, this dude is so funny.
Yeah.
And so it was all there, and She's the Man. It's like it's the same type of buddy comedy, situation that's going on, and he's just so great at handling.
How's it going, my bros?
The love,
My brothers?
the love, my brethren,
My brethren?
the love story and everything, the
Yeah.
homoerotic love story. It's really cool stuff.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's very feminist.
incredibly feminist. Yeah.
It's super on the nose. It's like everything you want in a good movie.
The women in mid 2000s comedies did some of the finest physical comedy of all time. Every single woman in this movie, and what was the White Chicks? We just watched White Chicks recently. Like every woman is killing it.
Yeah.
It's such an unsung aspect of movies at that time, and maybe unsung to me because I was a 15, 16-year-old boy when this movie came out. White Chick's probably 13. And so I don't know, I just wasn't considering it the same way that I am now. And it's super commendable, incredibly entertaining stuff.
You could tell they were just having
time period.
a blast.
They were having a blast, but it was all like locked in. Character performance and everything. It incredible physical work, like body work, and it's just awesome. Really cool to see. Yeah, it's just a fun time. I'm really impressed by. I think it's such a silly movie. Let's get that out of the way. It's so silly. It's ridiculous.
So silly. All of the like adult character actors are also just like
on fire.
Giving.
The soccer coach is so good. The parents killed it. Yeah. I love the little like the parent subplot at the end where they're like maybe they'll get back together. We were talking about David Cross, yeah. David Cross playing the teacher, the
headmaster,
dean.
The dean, right. Yeah. Who like really wants to get to know the transfer student like uncomfortably close.
Fantastic. Very Dean, what's Community Dean?
Oh, totally. Yeah. The Dean. I love this movie as much as I remember loving it. It is not a great movie. No. But it doesn't have to be. Like, that's not part of the requirements for this being an amazing movie. Is it being a good movie?
Yeah, I mean, the editing is all over the place, but it just is, it has
so
some of the
charming.
Best,
what's it called? Needle drops?
Needle drops, yeah, right.
The Veronicas.
I gotta tell you,
All American Rejects.
The All American Rejects, sure, but like there were half the bands in here. I have no idea. Like they did a good job scouting who these bands were to like get a price that was possibly lower, and they spent all their budget on All American Rejects at the time. But yeah, the movie it's not a great movie, but a well-made mid-2000s comedy. I was really impressed.
From the top of the transition when Viola becomes Sebastian, she's locked in to her comedy. She knows exactly what she's gonna do. There's this scene where she gets to the boys' dorm and it's this like acid trip, hyper realistic,
so
like
it's
walking
just like
through the dorm, getting hit by footballs,
like being
and
a boy
suckers.
is hell, basically.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
There's so much aggression and like screaming in faces. So.
And then she gets to see Channing Tatum. They have great chemistry, great comedic chemistry. Incredible. This was like one of the first movies that I saw where it wasn't just like, a boy and a girl are flirting and then fall in love. It was like, oh, they're becoming friends.
That's a good point. It's a really good point.
They're becoming friends. He's treating her like a equal because she's a boy. Yes. And it was a really nice story to watch when I was a child.
Yeah, it's a really progressive idea. Like at a time when there wasn't things like that. It was like any of those older movies where like the love interest and the girl are like, it's so staid and strange, and a lot of the time doesn't work.
Yeah, no.
And it's the weakest part of the movie, actually. And like it's like a running joke through all those movies that like she's actually not necessarily in love with her friends, but that's the ending of Aquamarine is like her real loves were her best friends.
Yeah, you can have true love with your best friends.
Yeah. And so for this to have that element work as well as it does because of the gender thing, it's just really very cool and inspired.
Yeah, how do you get treated if no one knows you're a girl and you're one of the team? And she's like not automatically good enough to be in this boys soccer team. And then Channing helps her out a little bit because he wants her to hook him up with Olivia, who's his crush in school. And Olivia likes Viola as Sebastian. It's very complicated.
It is very complicated. Yeah, Amanda Bynes has chemistry with every single person in the movie. It's great.
Yeah, there's beautiful little quiet moments throughout this like insane, like saturated movie. And then there's the classic early aughts teen comedy things, like there's somehow always inexplicably a carnival.
Yeah.
And you have to
what is it called in the movie? Like mentioning.
I don't know what a junior league is.
A junior league.
It's like my mom's part of the junior league.
Please, if in the Midwest, like Midwesterners, let me know.
I don't know what that means.
If that's like a Midwest.
I wasn't rich enough for
thing?
that.
I have no idea.
So also Kissing Booth, yuck. I know the reason that I love this movie, and it's because the writers, at least 2 of the 3 writers of this movie, Karen McCullough and Kirsten Smith, wrote such hits as The House Bunny.
Oh, wow. Wow.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Are you serious?
The Ugly Truth.
Okay.
And
oh, man.
Legally Blonde.
Oh, my.
1 and 2.
Oh, my God. This was like when we found out
Just
the Aquamarine,
like hits.
writer wrote Bring It On.
Yeah.
It was exactly like finding out like,
Yeah.
what? Oh, that's so sick.
Yep.
Man, these women were kicking fucking ass in the
So excited. I was so
2000s.
excited to see that. I was like, yes.
Hell yeah. Okay.
And they're all kind of in the same genre
totally
of feminist, like, chick flicks, but like decent fucking fun movies.
a lot to say, very fun.
Yeah.
But a lot to say packaged in like a really
in like a super fun
poppy package. Yeah. So
cool. And then
this whole movie is just me and you. I mean, this whole podcast is just me and you and be like,
so
so
fun.
cool. What a cool thing.
And then the director.
That's, I guess, what I want to say. It's like if you want to have a good time, watch She's the Man. If you've never seen it, you want to have a good time, please.
I think most of my movies. No, that's not true. But I was going to say, I think most of the movies I've shown you.
Old Boy, great time.
So fun, great packaging. No, most of the movies I've shown you, outside of this podcast, because we've been dating longer than this podcast has existed, have been just like super fun movies that are excellent. Stick It is excellent. Bend It Like Beckham is excellent. Like these great movies that are absolutely written off because they have a teenage girl in the front and are not like a dystopian drama. They're like fun popcorn movies.
I love when you do this, like when you create this like meta narrative. It's just like all critics care about are dystopian, dark, dingy movies where
no. My point is, all critics give service to when a female is the lead.
It is true.
Is gritty dramas.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Whereas if a female's the lead of a comedy, it's either she's the butt of the joke, a la Trainwreck,
right,
or they're written off as like chick flicks.
Yeah, there have been, I would say there's been like, you know, before the 2000s, there were maybe like 5 really great ones. Like 9 to 5 and, God, I'm blanking on a few of them. Maybe that's why that's the whole point.
I mean, 10 Things I Hate About You is also a Shakespeare adaptation. So maybe this one got a little bit more. I don't think so, though.
That's a fair point, but 10 Things I Hate About You and between this one is 7 years of between releases. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a real interesting thing. 10 Things I Hate About You, I think, is a better made movie.
Totally.
For sure.
Totally.
Right? but that's the thing about Shakespeare, like, though, is like that also depends on the quality of the work sometimes. Like Twelfth Night is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Is it better than Taming of the Shrew? I don't know. I think a lot of people would probably say no. I don't.
No, probably not. Yeah. No, I think Taming of the Shrew is more popular. One thing these movies do stellar is the quotes, like the random lines or bits.
Yep.
The tampon in the nose bit.
Great.
Iconic.
Incredible.
The classic, she's hit in the like groin by the soccer ball and then she goes, oh yeah. Oh, it burns.
It burns is the best. Like her interpretation of what it is to be a man is the funniest part of the movie. Like
and then the movie subverts that when Channing Tatum's like, why do you gotta speak about girls in such a crude manner, man? Like
he's way more sensitive and he's not always like her idea of a boy is
like, oh, I want to hit that.
Yeah.
Up and down the.
He's like, why can't girls just like talk? Guys want to talk to girls and like talk about their feelings and hang out and like it's so great.
There's also like the moment where she's at the debutante lunch and she's like, remember, dear, chew like you have a secret. And she goes,
Jim Carrey. It's straight up Jim Carrey. Incredible.
All the way. Obviously, Amanda Bynes was an incredibly talented comedian.
Yeah.
And deserves nothing but our continued respect.
Sure. She's
okay. Leave that poor woman alone. Right. She's going through it, and we support her.
A rough few years in the paparazzi eye and everything, and but now it seems like she's, regained some, I don't know, some of her dignity through.
I hope so.
I hope so, because she's great,
and we will cherish the work she gave us, and
seriously.
We will not demand any more of her. I feel so strongly for Amanda Bynes. I feel very protective of her. Everyone leave her alone.
Yeah, a lot of these women were failed. The women in this time period were just failed. Hollywood failed them and didn't understand what they had on their hands. Yeah. And
I mean, not to mention, and this is clear to anyone who watched this movie, every single woman in this movie is anorexic.
Yes, yeah.
Like, the body ideal of the mid-2000s Hollywood girl is heroin skinny.
Yeah, like heroin chic, yeah.
So uncomfortable to watch. And, it's not any... It might be a little better now, is what I was going to say.
A little bit better, yeah.
It was really insane.
Bad.
I remember watching The House Bunny, and Anna Faris was talking about her prep for The House Bunny, and she was like, I hated my life for 6 months because all I was allowed to eat were salads. And the second they called rap, I got a burger. And I was like, that must be so insane. And I know that happens now. I mean, it's not like it stalled out. And
no.
Hollywood's all body positive now. But it goes in waves. And we did have a body positive movement after that. Now it's regressing. But
I mean, now it's like nobody eats. Like not even the men don't eat, the girls don't eat. Like nobody eats, and all the men are on steroids, and have had some sort of, buccal fat removal or something. It's like nobody looks like a real person anymore, not necessarily. And at this time, like it was like
they looked like themselves, but they were just like so thin.
Yeah, so dehydrated,
uncomfortably dehydrated. Yeah, literally.
And these just like I don't understand where you don't find 3 of these movies across the next 10 years to put Amanda Bynes in some way, shape, or form. It just capitalize on that energy. And look,
they tried, I think, somewhat, but
who knows what was happening behind the scenes? A lot of these kids who were coming up at the time were just ruined by Hollywood.
Yeah.
But it's a real waste. Like she has so much talent, and it's so not just talent though. It's like the wherewithal to not give a fuck, like to truly go for some of these things. It's the same way I feel in certain regards with. It's like Christian Slater, and like seeing him really go for it back then when he did.
Yeah,
I feel the same way about this performance, where it's just like, where
level.
did you feel like you could do some of these bits? And sure, maybe it's like, maybe people watch this and be like, oh, it's ridiculous, it's so bad, it's cheesy, whatever. But I don't know, man.
But it's also like, it was a kids movie. You're
playing in the sandbox that it is, like the movie and the style. This was like of a piece,
a part of a dead genre, basically, of like tween movies that I hope come back. But like when I was 12, I got to watch Amanda Bynes make out with Channing Tatum, and that was totally like allowed by my parents and by the ratings board. But also I got to watch, that guy who's like, okay, how come when I want to ask Eunice out, it's lame, but when Sebastian wants to ask Eunice out, now it's cool? Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. Why is it like that? And the nuances of being a teenager and
that's I think
not
that's
giving
why
a fuck.
Because it's Channing, but like the 21 Jump Street thing where it subverts your expectations on that too, of like who's cool in high school at this time.
It's super subversive.
Versus back when they were in high school.
All of this stuff, all of the movies in this genre were so subversive.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad that podcasts like ours exist now.
Real hard truth
journalism
podcasts.
Reviews.
Okay, this director, anything?
Oh. Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Okay. Well, see? People love Paul Blart.
No, he's been working consistently
cool.
For the last 20 years.
Good for
him.
Alan Fickman. No, it's not Alan. What was it?
Is it not Alan?
Rick Fickman?
No. It was A. It was started with an A.
Argento Fickman.
Andy.
Fickman. Good old Andy.
Good old Andy.
Oh,
yeah. Paul Blart Mall Cop. Race to Witch Mountain. He has like 18 things in development, so he's doing great.
That's awesome.
And he should feel very proud of the direction.
And he should bring Amanda Bynes back.
Leave her alone.
To leave her alone, bring her back.
Leave her alone and bring her back, but be nice to her if she wants to come back. We will welcome her with open arms, but she does not have to feel pressured. We love you, Amanda. If I haven't reiterated it enough.
Everyone knows where you stand on Amanda Bynes, I think, now.
Well, they frickin' better.
Okay.
Yeah. So grateful this movie exists. There's really not much more to say. We're not going to deep dive into the nuances of all the plot.
You don't want to do like a Brutalist level breakdown?
Yeah, let's do a podcast with an intermission.
I just want to say this is why this podcast exists, is that in order on the list of episode release, it's going to go The Brutalist and then She's the man. And that is exact. See, if people don't understand the energy of this podcast, that's it.
That's the energy.
Nutshell. If you have any questions about it,
we equally respect both movies.
Highbrow, lowbrow,
middle brow, no brow. Have you seen pictures of me as a child?
And the brow, Anthony Davis.
AD.
All right.
That's my guy.
Well, thank you guys.
This was unhinged. I loved it.
Incredible episode.
Great.
Thank you for tuning in to She's the Man.
Yeah, if you have any other early 2000s comedies you want Charlie to see, please put him on the list. He has seen 13 Going on 30, Aquamarine, Stick It, Bend It Like Beckham.
Just throw them on there. Who knows? Maybe we'll cover it
eventually
on the pod.
We will rewatch things.
Yeah.
Because I'll have watched so many movies by then. And we'll do a Bend It Like Beckham or a Stick It episode.
This was great. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you.
And thank you.
And 1 second.
Bug is back.
He says, thank you. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.